It's time to use the clip that, as long as Garrett Cole is on the Yankees, will always be relevant.
Garrett! Garrett!
That is what I and pretty much every Yankee fan on the planet had to say in the sixth inning when, with two runners on, bottom of the sixth, one out, up two, on a 2-0 count, Cole had the brilliant idea to give Shohei Ohtani a meatball right down the middle of the plate. I wish Cole had consulted someone, anybody, me, a fan, a tree, a fairy, someone that would have told him if that was a good idea or not. Because I'm pretty sure we all would have said, nah, lousy idea. Absolutely lousy. What do you think? You're going to give a pitch like that to Ohtani? What do you think he's going to do? Not swing at it? And it ruined what was actually a decent start for Cole, but Yankee fans, do not care about, well, it was decent for 5 innings. This usually happens. Cole is usually good with the exception of one bad inning. I feel like that has happened a lot here. And it happens once again here tonight as, again, it was a great 5 innings from him. And then he just lets it get away in the sixth. His final line, 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts on 97 pitches. Again, fine, except for that 1 home run. But we can't blame it all on him. IKF with an awful booted ball here that would have gotten the Yankees out of the inning in the bottom of the sixth. IKF is much like Gary Sanchez in that he does a lot of errors on defense when Cole's on the mound that inevitably lead to more runs. So congrats to IKF. You are now in the Gary territory. Well done. And yeah, that's what led to the Yankees' tough loss here tonight. As it was actually a good pitcher's duel for most of it, but yeah, except for the few runs that were given up there, especially in the fifth inning for the Yankees when Donaldson got a single or double that was down the left field line. And then Glaber finally does something productive. See what happens, when you actually, I guess, a dead clock is right twice a day. It was bound to happen to Glaber. Was going to make something important happen. But Glaber gets a single or double that gets all the way to the wall, makes it 1-0. And then Aaron Hicks with a pop up to center. That scores Glaber, made it 2-0. I was actually feeling pretty good about myself here. I don't know why, because I must be a moron because I watch this team every day, and I should have known that the Yankees were going to find a way to blow it in some capacity. But I was actually, oh wow, this is pretty good. Cole's sailing along. We got our 2 runs. We're good. Judge is probably going to hit a home run later. We're good. I'm the dumbest person on the planet. I can't even explain how stupid I am. I had to have known this was going to happen, and yet for some reason I wasn't expecting it. I was so shocked. I will tell you this: after IKF booted the ball, I knew that the Angels were going to take the lead. I just didn't know how. But of course, Ohtani just put the Yankees out of their misery there. And so it's another game where the Yankees have struggled offensively. You have guys like Benintendi and DJ not get the 4 guys. Again, we're through 8. The top 4 guys in the lineup tonight: LeMahieu, Benintendi, Judge, and Stanton go a combined 0 for 11. I'm not a math expert, but that doesn't seem like that's good. I'm not good with stats, but that just seems like when you get no hits out of your top 4 guys, that's usually a struggle. As opposed to the Angels, who got a hit out of every one of their top 4 guys: Fletcher, Trout, Ohtani, and Rengifo. And Ohtani especially with the biggest hit of the night. And then you had Trevino 0 for 3 and IKF going 0 for 3 as well. Again, it was the 5th inning. If it wasn't for the 5th inning, the Yankees would have been no show tonight. I don't know what happened that resulted in the Yankees being bad on offense now, but it's not fun. This West Coast trip ends brutally. The Yankees are 3-4 on this West Coast trip, losing, splitting the series with the Athletics. And it started off so well. Remember last Thursday when the Yankees won 13-4, and we're like, wow, the Yankees are back. We just swept the Mets. We just beat the Blue Jays on Sunday. We were thinking, wow, the Yankees are looking good here. And then they won the second game. And then since then, oh gosh, except for the win on Tuesday or last night, that was just bad performances after bad performances. The offense once again failing to deliver and not being able to overcome what was, and again, the pitching wasn't bad tonight. Cole had a solid night. Cole had a really effective night, except for that 1 inning. And again, it wasn't all his fault, but he still had a chance to shut out Ohtani, and he didn't do it. And then the other main talking point of tonight is that the Rays won. So the Rays won in extra innings over Miami. So the Yankees' 15.5 game lead in the American League East is now 6. 6. It has now been cut over half. Remember, the record in baseball is 13. That was the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1951. So this would be an historic collapse if the Yankees were to blow a 15.5 game lead in the division. Now, it's a little different than back then because, back in 1951, if you lost the division, you were out. Thankfully, the Yankees could still make the playoffs if they lose the division here, but it's scary to think that they're so close. I mean, at least we won't have to worry about Tampa anytime soon. Oh, wait! We now have 3 games in Tampa. I mean, are you feeling good about those games, Yankee fans? Not me. I was feeling good last week when they were beating the Mets. They were sweeping the Mets, and they're starting to turn around, and they beat the Athletics with scoring 13 runs. I was starting to feel pretty good about myself. Not anymore. Not anymore. I am now really worried about where these next 2 or 3 games are going to go, and can the Yankees pick it up here? I would love to see like what the stat lines are for the runs scored, the runs the Yankees have scored here in the last couple, because it just seems like it has gone way downhill. Okay, yeah, I can actually finish it. So as of tonight, what did they score, two? So they scored 101 runs in August. Compare that to 129 in May, 155 in June, 167 in July. And I can't compare April because April only had 21 games. But in 28 games, the Yankees, this was of any month where they scored had 26 or more games. This is by far the fewest runs, 101. Again, May 129, June 155, even July when we were starting to fall apart a little bit, 167. This one, 101, 10 and 17. The second straight month where we've had double-digit losses. This was also the fewest hits that we've had in any month again, except for April. The batting average went way down. In June, it peaked at 330, or excuse me, July, it peaked at 356. In August, it went to 298. That's actually OBP. Their batting average peaked in July at 263. In this month, it was 223. In June, it was 235. May, 232. Even April, 251. So you see, there is a huge drop off. Our OPS, 656. Big drop off from the 798 and 835 of June and July. Slugging, 359, as opposed to 468 and 479 in June and July. This month was really the month. If you point out one problem, it was mainly the Yankees offense failing to hit as much as they did for whatever. And I know Giancarlo was out, but even then, you still had Judge there. You still had a bunch of guys. You had a bunch of guys just go cold. And that does not bode well for me here. Now, hopefully this was just an awful garbage month, and maybe we can bounce back here in September. But again, I have my concerns. I have my doubts. I haven't seen anything that would make me think that they're going to turn it around here. Again, especially against a red-hot Tampa team who's just itching to make history and just destroy us here. So I'm really just hoping that doesn't happen. But another tough loss in what has been a season of tough losses, but it's been a month of tough losses. This one, it wasn't the worst, but it certainly was a fine, fine stamp on a dreadful, dreadful month. And now all we can do is rest up, head to Tampa, and can we at least win one game? I'll be okay with one win. Just give me one win. Oh, you don't even need two, just one win. We already have the 3-0 blown lead against Boston. I really don't need to have the worst blown lead in the history of divisions either. I don't need 3-0 and 15.5 games up. Don't give me both of those, Yankees. Finish one of them. At least win this division, please. And make a positive step toward that at least on Friday. That's it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Even news channel, you can see, make sure you subscribe down below. Day off tomorrow, but I will be back on Friday for Game 1 between the Yankees and the Rays. Please pray. Take care, and God bless.